We got a US title match, a tornado tag match, a six-man tag match, and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns had an epic face-to-face in a stadium for whatever reason. Welcome everybody to my review of Friday Night Smackdown. To anyone that's new, welcome to the Wrestling with Eddie YouTube channel where we talk pro wrestling. We do Raw, Smackdown, PLE reviews, some prediction, and other fun videos on the channel as well. So make sure to subscribe if you're new, comment what you thought of this week's episode of Smackdown, give the video a thumbs up, it helps the YouTube algorithm, and now here's my review segment by segment. The show started off with our usual recap showing what happened the last couple weeks, and then we saw the Bloodline without Solo arriving to the venue and causing chaos right away with all the workers for security and all that, which was a fun little way to show that they are wild and all that stuff. You know, the usual trying to build up Tama Tonga and Tangaloa and Jacob Fatu. Fun little way to start the show. Then we jumped right into our first match, which was LA Knight versus Andrade for the US title. And I talked about it last week that I was very excited for this match, and this match was pretty good until those last 5 minutes, and everything fell apart in my opinion. There was a couple of really weird spots. There was a moment where, first of all, Andrade, that spinning elbow, I can never get annoyed by that. I love that move so much, but he hit the spinning elbow, went for the pin, LA Knight kicked out, but the crowd started getting upset at the ref as if the ref didn't count properly. So I rewinded to check, and the ref was fine. Like, LA Knight kicked out. So not too sure why the crowd was upset at the ref. But then everything went to hell from there. There was a spot on the top rope where LA Knight usually runs and jumps up to the top rope and hits a suplex. He slipped off the rope not once, but twice. He fell off, tried to get back up, fell off again, tried to get up again, and then Andrade just pushed him, went for a drop kick, and LA Knight moved, but it looks like it still hit him because LA Knight was like busted just from the corner. I think it was from the drop kick. It could have been something else. LA Knight hit his finish from there and then got the pin, so LA Knight did win the match. And then after the match, they both tried to shake hands, and it was very awkward. I'm not too sure what happened there. So LA Knight went for the fist bump, and Andrade went for the handshake, and LA Knight refused to open his hand, so he forced it. It was very weird. If you guys can go and check it out for yourself. I don't know why they did it. If you guys watched it, tell me if it's just me, but it was super weird. Then, after the match, we saw Andrade walking backstage, and Carmelo started making fun of him for losing, and then he just attacked them backstage, and the security had to separate them. And then they announced Andrade versus Carmelo Part 6 next week. Now, I've talked about this. Love seeing these guys wrestle, but 6 matches? I thought we'd be done by now. Overall, super weird. And the match, I want to say it was good, but very weird. Those last 5 minutes were really off for me. Then we had a very quick backstage promo where Tiffany and Nia Jax were talking about their tornado tag match. Tiffany basically telling Nia that she can't wait for them to win and send either Naomi or Bayley away from SmackDown. But then, with a little twist, Nia Jax told her that if they win and they get a championship match, maybe Tiffany should leave because she feels like she's going to blame her for that. So again, slow little tension building between these two. I liked it. It was a good way to set up that tornado tag match. And then we had, in my opinion, the best segment of the night. Something we haven't seen, I think, ever, outside of maybe some of this promo stuff for WrestleMania with the tag match. But we got Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns going face to face in the stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. And this was amazing. I love this. This is right up my alley. It felt Fast and Furious, and I love Fast and Furious, but very cinematic, very intense, and you can clearly tell that these two really have great chemistry together. Really good way to build up the tag match, but also setting up the future. I don't want to spoil too much. Go out of your way to watch. If there's anything for SmackDown you're going to watch, it's this. This was 10 out of 10 in my opinion. From beginning to end, the way they filmed it, the drone shots, the cars arriving, the tension there between the two, and everything that was said was spot on. Very good. Best segment of the night and even of the week. I think this was my favorite thing I've seen of Raw or SmackDown this week. Then throughout the show, we keep cutting back to Kevin Owens, who obviously seems torn about what just happened with Cody and Roman, and Byron tried to ask him multiple times, like, what's your opinion on this? What's your reaction? And we never really got what Kevin thinks of all of that, and that's set up for something at the main event, which we'll talk about in a second. Next, we had Apollo Crews versus Vinci once again. Now, if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, we had Vinci's debut, and he lost immediately to Apollo, and I was pretty upset about this, and this was a new side of Vinci. He came out already angry, already upset about it, and he went right on the attack, and he lost again. So now I can say I wasn't happy with the way his debut happened. I'm okay with him losing here. And you guys might think I'm kind of crazy for this, but this is why. I've realized I need to just trust Triple H with his booking. I feel like there's something here. There's a story being built around Vinci, so I'm okay with this. So yes, Apollo got the surprise win, but right after that, Vinci got his heat back. He immediately grabbed him, hit a brain buster on him, and started attacking Apollo Crews, and he finished on top at the end of all of this. So I'm not happy that Vinci keeps losing his matches, but they're clearly setting something up, and they didn't just make Vinci come out again, big smile. You already saw a difference in his character of him being more aggressive and more upset about what happened. So again, it's building something. I'm going to let him cook, and I'll see where this goes. Then we had Kevin Owens come out to the ring to talk about the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns stuff, but before he can say what he actually thought, the Bloodline came out, and I will say, I have mixed feelings on this. Tama Tonga grabbed the mic, and I was listening to him make this weird sounds and then cutting his promo, and I'm like, this is hilarious, but I love it. I don't know why, but I really like listening to Tama Tonga talk. Now, Kevin Owens basically said at the end, like, nobody wants to hear a word of what you're saying. My reaction was like, I want to hear what he has to say. I really like the noises he makes. It just makes him stand out a little bit. He's very different from the rest. So I didn't hate this. He's not a good promo. I don't think he's the best, but he's clearly just supposed to be, you know, the right-hand man of a fake tribal chief. But it was a fun little thing to do here. Then DIY came out and they set up a 6-man tag between Kevin Owens, DIY versus the Bloodline for our main event, which we'll talk about in a second. Now, before our Tornado tag match, we had another backstage segment, but this time with Naomi and Bayley, showing a little bit of tension between those two as well. So if you guys don't know, in the Tornado tag, if Naomi pins and wins the match, she gets a future championship match, or if Bayley gets it, she gets the match. So they were both talking about how they're both on the same position. They both want to beat Nia and Tiffy, but there's still that side of, well, I want that championship match more than you do. So again, slight tension between the two while also setting up. This got right into the Tornado tag match, which was, I think, my match of the night. It was a fun match there. Nothing too crazy, but I didn't feel like any of the matches tonight were standout. So I think I'll go with this one just because I don't get to see a lot of Tornado tags lately, and I really enjoyed this one. The ending was interesting where Naomi and Bayley both pinned Nia Jax. So now there's this whole thing of who's going to get the championship match, and then they set up that next week we're getting Naomi versus Bayley, and whoever wins that will fight Nia Jax. Now, I'm going to be the first one I'm going to say this here, because I know what Triple H likes to do. He loves his DQ finishes and setup of a triple threat, and I hope to God this doesn't happen this time. I want a clear Naomi or Bayley win next week, but I'm going to say it right now, and we'll talk about it next week. I have a feeling this is going to end in DQ and set up a triple threat because Triple H loves to do that stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. But yes, fun Tornado tag match, fun little ending. There were a couple spots here that were a bit off as well. So again, kind of like that LA Knight Andrade match, not too perfect. But I don't want to complain too much because I did enjoy it. And Nia Jax, this match, if you guys are still on the fence of Nia Jax, watch this one. I really feel like Nia Jax has improved in her second run, and this was a really good showcase once again that she moves way faster. She is so good in the ring now compared to before. Now, before we get to our main event, there was one last thing that happened tonight, and I loved it. Another 10 out of 10 promo, in my opinion. Chelsea Green training for her match with Michin. No spoilers. Go check this out. I've talked about this. Kevin Owens, Chelsea Green, the two best things on SmackDown every single week. And again, she did not disappoint this time around. I loved it. This was incredible. And then we had our main event, which was Kevin Owens, DIY versus the Bloodline. But during the entrance, the Bloodline attacked DIY backstage, and so Kevin was left alone. But before the match can start, the Street Profits came out and they replaced him. So the 6-man now became Kevin Owens, the Street Profits versus the Bloodline. And this was a good match. I think it was a fun main event. It was pretty long also, about 20 minutes off of my clock on the app that I use. And it was a good match. Nothing really standout, nothing crazy, but nothing bad here. Kevin Owens won, and surprisingly, as he was making his entrance, we had a little like thing at the bottom that said that Kevin Owens has never pinned a member of the Bloodline in his career, and I was very shocked. So this is his first win over the Bloodline, apparently. I don't know if that's true though or not. Someone could probably tell me in the comments if that's actually a fact or not. But yes, Kevin, the Street Profits won. After the match, the Bloodline continued attacking. DIY tried to come out to make the save. They also got taken down, and the Bloodline were about to powerbomb Kevin Owens before Cody Rhodes came out and made the save with a chair, both attacking Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, and then being in the ring with Jacob. After that all happened, there was this little tease of a heel turn for Kevin Owens where Cody Rhodes was in the ring looking outside at the Bloodline, and Kevin Owens was behind them with a chair. And so that whole thing is he going to hit him with a chair or not? They ended up hugging, but they're teasing it. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you think there's going to be a turn or not, let me know in the comments down below. And that was this week's episode of SmackDown. Honestly, a good show once again. I feel like I've been repeating myself, but if you guys have been watching wrestling for a long time, you know that this is not normal to have this much of a consistency of good shows. But today, good show in my opinion. Can you skip this? Yeah, I don't think there's anything here. I'm looking at my notes. I don't think there's anything that is must see. Oh, that's not true. Cody and Roman's face to face is must see. The Chelsea Green stuff is must see. But I think that all the matches was kind of just, you know, continuing slowly setting up. We're getting closer to a PLE, so now things are going to start heating up. Yeah, nothing crazy, I don't think, but nothing bad either. So if you guys had the chance to watch it, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. But if you're going to miss this week's episode, at least go check out the Cody Roman. That is probably the must-see of the week. And if you want an extra fun thing, definitely go check out the Chelsea Green promo. Match-wise, LA Knight, like I said, and Andrade, the whole ending was really off. The tornado tag ended in a way where, again, no actual solution to this storyline. And then the 6-man was just a 6-man, which slowly continued the bloodline. So, you know, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Good show, but nothing crazy, nothing great. Again, nothing bad, though, so I can't really complain. And that's my review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys on Tuesday for my Monday night review. Take care. Bye-bye.